Jeez, the Fine Bros are really good at doing the opposite of gaining subscribers.
Hilarious and original.
What's this music playing?
This is a cool beat for a video game music thing that I might put on this channel, and I might start a series of video game music things. Oh, previews. Oh, now I gotta do it. I didn't script any of this. I'm dead serious. Hi everyone. So you all asked questions back at the end of 2015, and so now I'm finally gonna answer them after like more than a month. I'm really good. This is how I work, you know? So we're just gonna get right into it. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say Jamie Mundo asks, when you eventually get organized, do you think you'll create some scheduler crap? Yeah, so really, schedule-wise, it's never gonna be completely tight. I just don't ever see that happening, ever. I might be wrong, and I might contradict myself like I do on a general day-to-day basis. As far as stuff like my music, which I'm planning to make a thing here, and my RTTTAs go, no, there's not. There's no schedule. But my plan is to either put RTTTAs up on Fridays or Saturdays. That's what I've been doing so far, is putting them up on Saturdays. But I might actually create a poll to ask if you would rather me put them up on Friday afternoons or Saturday afternoons. Flame Shock asks, are you going to try and upload RTTTA more frequently? Yes, but not frequently like you might be wanting me to. Pretty much because they take me so long. Frequently for me is like one a month. Wyatt DeFord asks, are you going to make another album? Yes, I'm working on one currently under the name Project 1997. Sometimes I'll hint at it or post about it on my Twitter. It's something that is still greatly in production and probably because of my other work won't be able to be finished for at least another year. But it is definitely a thing that's happening and I'm working on it. And hopefully I'll have it out sooner rather than later, but we'll just have to see. Amazing Barbecue Man asks, how do you manage all the work you do? I don't manage it. There's no way. You wonder why it takes me so long to get my crap out on YouTube? Because I can't manage my stuff. I have no ability. Snowfrost1203 asks the generic question, what is your favorite video game? Super Mario 64. I think I've stated this many times, but let's hammer this down, okay? Just so everybody knows. Super Mario 64. Do we need to continue to ask that question 20 billion times over? Shakira B asks, Pete's Jacksign Does Gaming YT asks, can you tell us what you edit with? Yeah, I used to edit with Final Cut 7 until they upgraded to Final Cut 10, and it's crap. Don't touch it. There's no don't use Final Cut Pro 10. And so then I switched over to Premiere Pro, which still isn't that great. The days of fantastic editing software is over, unless Apple can get their butt back in gear and make another great editing software. Curb YTP asks, what advice would you give to someone who is starting out on YouTube? You have to be able to give yourself a lot of time and commitment. Those are probably the two biggest things, is just sticking with it, knowing that it takes a very, easily years to build an audience. I went 3 years without basically any results. We built up an audience of probably 400 on GC Waves, and then I finally shot up on this channel. But even in that regard, don't try to get a viral video, because if you end up like me, then you'll end up where this video will probably get a maximum 10,000 views, and that'll be it. But even then, I'm very thankful for the audience I have, because it is much larger than the one that I had a year and a half ago, or even longer than that. Sebastian Zavola, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, asks, if I'm not mistaken, you're a big competitive Melee fan. Why? Fav player? Do you go to tournaments? Yes, I am a big competitive Melee fan. I'm actually not as big on it as I was like a year ago, or even, a year and a half, 2 years ago. But it is still something that I very much appreciate and I love, and if it's on, if the finals are running, I'm gonna watch that tournament on Twitch. My favorite player in Melee is probably Mango. As for tournaments, no, I don't really go to tournaments. The only time that I've ever actually been to a tournament was also a convention, which was SmashCon. And I've never actually entered a tournament myself. I'm not that kind of guy, but I do very much enjoy watching Melee competitively online, on Twitch, and whatnot. Stormaclass asks, how did you get so good at editing your videos? What's your process of writing a script? The way you get good at anything is just to constantly keep doing it. Just keep improving, keep looking at what you might be doing wrong, see what other people think about it, see areas that might be bothering you, or you're wondering, why isn't this clicking? always be looking for things to improve on in just lots of time, and you will continue to improve. That's how it is with editing. Same with like me and music and stuff, you know? It's just time and commitment and just the willingness to keep trying to find ways to improve. The process of writing a script is writing it down. Really, I come up with an idea, I type it down, and then I just kind of go over it numerous times and just constantly find spots that I'm like, I don't like that, let's fix that. That's pretty much it. Missy Mousy asks, why don't you seem happy in your videos, and do you like being a YouTuber? Because that's my comedy gag, and yes, I love YouTubing. Mason Feld asks, what were your thoughts of episode 7, The Force Awakens? I thought it was very good. I'm not going to spoil you, but it's definitely something that you need to watch if you haven't yet. Alexander Florida asks, question, is Chase your brother or friend? Question 2, what was the meaning of RTTTA? Okay, so to answer the first question, Chase is neither my brother nor my friend. Well, yeah, I guess he is my friend, but he's my cousin. To answer question number 2, yes, I'm sorry, in the past couple of videos, the logo, I kind of accidentally took away the thing under the abbreviation that explained what the heck the abbreviation meant. So I'm probably going to fix that because that's not great branding. RTTTA simply stands for Random Things to Talk About. Yes, it's that stupid. It was a name that I came up with at the very beginning as a placeholder name, and it just ended up sticking. Brandon Johnson Smith asks, is this a Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Gavin Kennedy Music asks, Garrett, how long have you been playing music for, and what's your Nintendo Network ID? I have been into music, playing the keyboard or hitting the drums, keyboard first, since I was probably 4. So that would have been 15 years ago. Probably earlier than that, but that's when I can kind of remember writing my own stuff for the first time. And then I really got into drums when I was probably 7, so then that would be like 12 years ago. As for the Nintendo Network ID, I'm not going to share that. Number 1, because I don't really play online on the Wii U. Number 2, because I don't want to give that to everybody, and I'm gonna get so many requests, it's just not gonna happen. Crazy Kitten 800 asks, this one is for the consoles. What are all of your opinions on Mr. Garrett?
He's alright. He's good. I don't know. He doesn't appreciate me enough. I like him.
Charlie Moa asks, did you give up your gaming channel? It's been a month. I'm worried. Yeah, I did. I actually did. You know, I'd always been interested in doing a gaming channel, and I just kind of ended up figuring out, just like everything else, I'm not one of those guys that is meant to throw a new thing out there on the internet every single day. As a content creator, I'm just a uber perfectionist. And it just becomes stressful and irritating for me to be like, okay, I need to get a video out every day or every other day or, you know, whatever. I apologize to anybody that was really into that, but I just don't see that happening. Crazy Geek 656 asks, what made you come up with the idea of RTTTA? Pretty much, I watched Philip DeFranco a lot back in 2012, 2011. That's because RTTTA was not initially a game show at all. It wasn't even reviewing movies. It wasn't any of that. Basically, I was talking about news. Random Things to Talk About is just a name that can stretch basically as far as you want it to because of how stupid it is. But yeah, basically it went from being kind of more of a Philip DeFranco inspired show where it was just kind of quick cuts of me talking about either news or new things about video games that I care about, or even films, I mean anything, pop culture, and then it ended up kind of moving slowly into me just talking more about video games, all the way to the point that I just gave up on the news aspect of things because it was becoming too frustrating for me to try and stay updated with news. Eventually I got to the point where I was watching people like Angry Video Game Nerd and JonTron and realizing I like that more. I like talking about my thoughts on video games even if it's comedic or me just being pissed off at the game. And so that's kind of what it evolved into. It's still kind of evolving to a certain degree. I am definitely a little bit more analytical now rather than just making jokes off of stupid games or whatever. Protocake asks, what got you interested into making videos? Honestly, YouTubing was not something that when I was 13, 14 and I got into it, it wasn't something that I immediately thought, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. I wanted to use YouTube as a tool, as a way to share things. I never planned on making it a job. I think when I started with Chase on GC Waves, we really just wanted to make shorts. We wanted to make things that we enjoyed making, and we didn't want to just let it sit to rot on a tape in some dark corner in the basement. We wanted people to see this YouTube. There you go. I think that was really what got us into YouTube, was simply we wanted to make videos, we wanted other people to see them. So what if they suck? Here they are, they're on the internet for anybody to watch. And so it eventually just evolved into us finally kind of dubbing ourselves YouTubers because we just uploaded so much and we did communicate with our audience. Guy-_dash asks, how tall are you, my dude? We've kind of argued about how tall I actually am, but I've been trying to prove to everybody I went to the doctor's office and they said I'm 6'2". So Quispy Wabbits asks, do you like pie? If so, what flavor? No, you can't say pie flavor. I didn't know there was a pie flavor. That's pretty cool. Wait a second, was that a reference to the, oh my gosh. I actually just, as a matter of fact, I freaking love pie. My Grammy, it's what I call my grandmother, makes the greatest pie ever, and I can prove that because I've tried many different pies. Sucks for you guys, but I got the best grandmother with the best pies. Pumpkin pie is definitely my favorite. There you go, the more you know. Wiener Biscuit 97.02% crappy asks, how can I become like you? Don't be like me. Be your own thing. Be unique. Also, if I keep touching my nose, it's because it's really been itching. JJLPS asks, future plans, future series. I am planning on doing a lot of music stuff on this channel rather than my music channel. More video game music related things, but I don't want to be that guy that does the cheesy comedic video game music. No, my plan is to do influenced, inspired by video game songs. I'm probably getting too detailish with that, but I just definitely know that I want to do some musical stuff on this channel. I'm thinking what I'll probably do is just kind of run with RTTTA and this music thing side by side. And that might be it for now. Keeping it simple, and that's how I like it. Michael C., where are you? As in, what have you been working on? So I've been doing some video game composition music stuff for some games, one of which I cannot even pronounce the name correctly. Asagao Academy? I'm really good at this. Yeah, I'm composing music for that. So I know I saw some question about people asking if I have connections with or if I like any of the normal boots or Hidden Block guys. Yeah, if you go to Hidden Block, you know the jingle for the Hidden Block logo, that the new updated one? Yeah, I did the music, so there you go. I'm working on some other stuff, but I don't know how much I can say. So yeah, YouTube, video game music stuff. Voila. Anyway, yeah, that's all the questions I can answer. There were way too many, unfortunately. I had planned like something like 80 to record. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. The way that you can help me, sharing it. Reddit, Twitter, even the toxic Tumblr. Personally, with your friends, locally, you know? Like just, that's how things get around. I also may be opening a Patreon soon. I will let you know and update you guys about that if that does happen. Anyway, all of that to say, thank you for the questions. I will be back with an RTTTA, hopefully by the end of this month. Have a nice day, all right? Night, whenever we'll upload that, I don't know. And have fun. See you later. Great. It's good. It's a good question. Let's move on.